Hello everybody, it is I, Yutukuo, back again, and today we are going to be reviewing the Tokyo Race 5-pack, a 2025 5-pack, including Shu Todoroki, Lewis Hamilton, Lightning McQueen with Racing Wheels, otherwise known as World Grand Prix Lightning McQueen, Raul Cerul, and Miguel Camino. You can see on the tag here all of their names. You could say only McQueen's has to be translated since he doesn't have just a name, it's also nouns. Other words. What's weird about the stock art is that they've always used this expression variant of McQueen they put in the launcher and never just the normal one. Because this is what the normal one looks like. I would love to get the launcher variant at some point though. I mean to replace this World Grand Prix McQueen since he's a little beat up, a little old. Empowering the next generation through play. Let's pause and open this up. Before I show the cars, I want to show this background here. The iconic Cars to Tokyo background. Fun fact, this is what they use for the background of the Tokyo Mater cars. If you look at the back of their cards. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be keeping this. This is great for display purposes. Anyways, on to the actual diecast now. I'm going to start with McQueen. I know it's left to right. I guess I could start with Shu, actually. You know what? I think I'll start with Shu. I think that might be better. I just wanted to start with the two cars I already had before this. So Shu here is looking pretty good. Pretty solid. The Thailand variant doesn't have the sort of shading that a lot of Thailand cars have these days. I got Shu Todoroki on Black Friday back in 2022, which in hindsight maybe I shouldn't have done. I should have grabbed Colin Borev instead, but I really liked how Shu Todoroki looked, and Colin at the time was a peg warmer, so I thought I'd be able to get him later. That ended up not happening, and now I feel really bad about it. Hold on, he has a massive... What is that? Oh, that's unfortunate. It's like a massive glob of paint right there. You see that? That is unfortunate right there. Eesh. So yeah, this one seems to be an expression variant looking up instead of straight. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think that's what most modern Shu Todoroki diecasts look like now. So I guess mine is just lucky that it looks so much like the original China one. Alright, looking over at the side. Looks pretty much identical. Mine had a weird black mark. So I guess I've just never really looked at when it came to Shu Todoroki, had I? Here's the back. Shu's a really nice car. I do not regret owning him. He is just fun. Even if he isn't the best World Grand Prix racer. He also doesn't have a weird black rubber band I noticed on my copy from 2022. I'm not sure which one I'm going to keep. I just know I'm not keeping both, even if this is an expression variant, because honestly, this looks better than that. Sorry I'm talking very quietly. I'm recording this a little early. I just got back home from Walmart. I'm going to quickly compare him to the GRC variant of Shu. These were made roughly around the same time, so very interesting. Wait, hold on. Does Shu have whited out windows? When does he have that? Why does he have that? Is that supposed to be like that? Is that just mine? Weird. Alright then. I guess I'll start next with Lewis Hamilton. This guy is iconic. He is based on the real-life Formula One racer, Lewis Hamilton, of course. In the movie, he is friends with McQueen and Jeff Gorvette, who I have the color changer for, but not the diecast. I might get the diecast at some point. Maybe. There is a rally race, Jeff Gorvette, coming out this year, so I might get that. Here's his flag. He represents both the UK and Grenada. Always liked Lewis Hamilton, fine enough. He's a fun character. I love his little split teeth there. Very nice, very nice. Look at his expression. Back in the day, he was used commonly as a stand-in for Jackson Storm since his diecast wasn't out yet, and people really wanted to recreate the Cars 3 trailers. He has these nice yellow lines. Fun fact, he is the only racer in this 5-pack to not have a GRC variant. One was planned, but unfortunately never saw the light of day. It was just a listing. You know, there are characters in planes with a similar body type to Lewis. Sort of mix between him and Cruz, I think. Grand Prix on the back. He is number 2. He had a really cool beta design, which ended up getting translated onto another car. It was, I believe, Prince William. Here's a look at the base. I didn't show Shoe's base because I think I already showed it in another video, so it's pretty much the exact same. Yeah, really happy to have Lewis. He's a very significant character I'm finally happy to have. On to World Grand Prix McQueen now. This is a Thailand variant of a car I had the China variant for. Like I said, I needed to replace mine since mine's pretty worn by this point. Honestly, this Thailand variant looks so much more crisp than the China one. I think it's because there's more definition here. Like, the hood is more defined, and the eye plate makes the eyes more defined, and the eye shading, and he's just generally way smoother than my old China one. This is definitely a keeper right here. This is perfect. You know, for some reason, this is the only Cars 2 McQueen Thailand ever made. They never made a Hudson Hornet Piston Cup McQueen. They never made his wheel variants. Remember, this is the racing wheel one. And, you know, it's a real shame, honestly. Because, you know, Cars 2 McQueen, even though he's not my personal favorite paint job, I think it'd be really cool to have his other variants back. Maybe for once. Here he has his iconic smile. Let me see if that's just a paint smudge. All right, that's good. His eyes look great. I've been told his expression isn't the best, and I can sort of see why. His eyes are weirdly close together and weirdly small, but the Thailand one looks a little better than the China one. The China one looks like he's staring off into space. This one looks more determined. I think it's the extra shine in the eye. He doesn't have his lightning bolt stickers. That's not an error. That's just how this design looks. World Grand Prix, number 95. We got the 95 turning into the flame there. The lightning bolt turning into the flame. Iconic. I grew up with Cars 2 McQueen stuff, so this guy's pretty cool. Maybe I could commission someone to turn my old one into either a more accurate one with more accurate detailing or Race Team McQueen. That could be fun. Here's hoping. Anyways, we got the World Grand Prix McQueen on the back here. It's the World Grand Prix text, 95, powered by All in All. All the World Grand Prix racers have this. I just pointed out McQueen specifically. I remember hearing that Autonaut McQueen from the Take Flight collection actually uses this same body type. I really want to get him to see for sure if that's true, because that sounds really interesting. There's, of course, the iconic Hudson Hornet Piston Cup decal. Thailand decals are always going to be more grainy than the China ones, but honestly, pretty close. I like that it's a darker red, too, so it just pops more. Man, Thailand should really do Hudson Hornet Piston Cup McQueen. Not just Easter Buggy McQueen again, but who knows. Anyways, putting him back. Onto Raoul Sarul, the French rally car. Number 6. I really like his design. I, of course, had the GRC Raoul Sarul. And I know he still says GRC, but this means Grand Rally Car, not Global Racers Cup like this guy. So I really appreciate that, you know, he gets the double dip there. I really like the original Raoul Sarul. I wanted to get the metallic one because it has a unique expression, but then I found out it's like $70 and was like, no, it's not worth it. Still pretty cool. There's a bit of weird graininess in his eyes because he doesn't have an eye plate. It's printed on. I don't know if the GRC one has an eye plate. I think it's also just metal on this one, right? Now you might have noticed something. He looks a little balder. That's because he doesn't have the black around the window, which he's supposed to have. I'm not usually one to complain about accuracy, but he looks bald. I don't know why. He just looks bald. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I do like the color on him, though. Really nice. I like his smile. I think I prefer the GRC expression, though. It looks a little more, I don't know. I don't know, something about the way the eyebrows swish. This feels very 2011. Like, this expression was clearly designed in 2011. And it shows, because this does not translate well when you put the eyeshadow underneath it. It's just like Acer. Really nice to finally have more Cars 2 cars. I've had very little Cars 2 cars for the longest time. I'm really hoping to get more. Powered by all in all. I really like the paint splatter effect here. He has some chippage on the wheels. Normally I would try to look for a better one, but, you know, this was the only one at Walmart, so kind of make or break sort of deal. Powered by all in all. French rally flag. The wheels on the side here. Here's a look at the base. Did I show McQueen's base? No, I think I did with the GRC one as well. And finally, the guy I'm really excited for, Miguel Camino. I saw his Thailand variant back in 2022, but did not pick it up, unfortunately. But now I finally have it. Miguel's really cool. I really like the sort of orangey paint job. I think it's a lot better on the Thailand one than on the China one. I remember the China one being a lot yellower, kind of like how it's appearing on camera right now. I really like his expression too. He's so slick. Love him. I love him and Carla. They stick out a lot to me for some reason. I don't know why. Anyways, here's his GRC counterpart. I didn't compare Raul much to his GRC counterpart, actually. I'm gonna go do that right now, real quick. Let me just quickly do this. His mirrors. They changed his wheels to be white instead of silver. And I'm look more next gen. Alright, sorry. I didn't mean to forget there. I was just distracted. Now, rather infamously, Miguel is quite inaccurate. He has the wrong colored spoiler and the wrong colored windows. Despite his inaccuracies, I don't really mind the original Miguel Camino. I kind of prefer the red, actually. It works with the rest of the paint job versus black, which just sticks out a little more. But, I don't know. Maybe if I get a duplicate Miguel, I could try making an accurate one. It would be interesting. I also like the painted over windows. I think it's a bit more stylish. I wonder if this was like a concept art design. It's been known that some cars diecast were based on concept art, especially early movie releases like, I don't know, what's an example? I think one of the Cars 3 stock cars, I can't remember which one. I want to say Death Rottleman. I think it was Death Rottleman. Here he has a smile. He has the number 5 and the Spanish flag. He's from Spain. Love his wheels. I do like the red ones on the GRC a bit more. They stick out a bit more, but these are fine. These are good. I hope they re-release. I hope they re-release Andy Vaporlock next year. No, Andy Vaporlock's been out a bit too much, but I would love to get him as well. I missed out on him as well. And Cruise McQueen, who I also got from a 5-pack. Very interesting. Powered by on. Wait, do all of them have the country flag on the side here? Nobody talks about that as like a unifying design choice on the World Grand Prix racers. Everyone talks about like the general stuff, but never the fact that they all have like, I think they all do have their country on the back bumper for those who have it. Let me, all right, hold on. Okay, all right, does Shu have it? No, Shu doesn't have it, but that's because of his weird shape, so I'm gonna have to check on the others, because I do have a few others. Alright, he's back, everyone. Just... man, this is really disorganized. It's a very impromptu review, but it was worth it. He's actually asymmetrical, which I really, really like. He just looks so cool, man. Just beautiful. I want to be just like Miguel Camino when I grow up. But yeah, Miguel Camino, pretty solid. In general, I think this pack was really good. I'd say overall this Tokyo Race 5-pack is extremely good, right? Because most of these guys haven't been out in a while due to the GRC existing. And Lewis Hamilton's probably my favorite of these, but I really like the Thailand World Grand Prix McQueen as well. That's a really, really solid one right there. And it's nice to finally have the regular Raul and Miguel after having their GRC counterparts. I hope, You know, there was a rumor that Jeff Corvette was going to be in a 2-pack next year. So if that ends up being the regular one and gets packed with Lewis Hamilton, I would love to make a GRC Lewis. But anyways, that's all I have for today. I hope you all enjoyed the review, and I shall see you all around. Bye-bye.